apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
Ich möchte das Moderator-Schwert. Modonado. Ich will ein Schwert und ich will ein Mecha. Mecha.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Ku, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Talk, 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 talk. Oh, darf ich denn shoppen gehen? Ich will ein Mecha.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah, Nagi must really, really want him to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that Skell.
Mecha.
That they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
Eins. Aber bitte in Blau. Kein Rosa. Blau.
What? You don't remember what a Skell is? That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by? Basically like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations. Sorry, I get so excited whenever I think about it.
Nicht nur du. Ich will einen Mecha haben.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Na klar, ich will einen Blade haben.
Speaking of work,
Nein, ich
that
will einen
reminds me.
Mecha.
Why don't we check out the mission control board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Aufträge, 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 Aufträge.
So this is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey!
Ta-da! The Blade Scout console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell Blade without team. Sort of. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Ja, dann gehen wir mal ein bisschen shoppen.
Listen.
Mecha. Mecha? Nee, ich habe noch keine ID. Ich kann nichts einkaufen.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for Skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Hey! Really?
Listen,
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chausson, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting. Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
Ja, ja. Mechanik jetzt neu. Ja, wollte ich. Nein! Das war die Hilfe. Gleich wieder da.
One, two, three, four.
So, dann geht's jetzt weiter, nachdem die Tür geklingelt hatte. So, Kopfbedeckung bleibt an. Schön, was haben wir da?
One, two, three, four.
Universum haben wir ja nicht mehr. Das ist sowieso egal, haben wir auch nicht mehr. Sollen wir euch mal gehen? Die Party noch spielen, können mich ruhig sehen. Ja, da aktualisiert. Kleidung. Ja.
One, two, three, four.
automatisch. Der soll immer in der Mitte sein. Ah, das ist kann ich nur mal speichern. Achso. Da unten sieht man denn den Rang, welches Wetter wir haben. Meine sonstigen Kampfeinstellungen, Begleiter habe ich noch nicht. Ja, okay. Ja. Das war das Lilane.
Hey.
Ich will aber dazu Lilane. Es kann natürlich sein, dass es die Fahrstuhlsteuerung ist. Oh nein! Bist du gegen meine Verfolger gelaufen? Tut mir ja sowas von leid.
Ja?
Ich hätte gern einen Mecher.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Ich will einen Mecher steuern, das ist doch
I
klar.
knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Helma, he can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see,
Das
we've
ist zum
divided
Beispiel
the area
die Karte,
into a
die
series
ihr
of
oben im
hexagonal
Video nicht
blocks.
seht, die ich auf dem zweiten Bildschirm,
call
also
these
auf dem
blocks
Videopad
sectors.
habe.
Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install.
Und leider habe ich jetzt vergessen,
The
irgendwas
sooner
war
the
mit
better,
der
as far as I'm
Installation.
concerned.
Ich musste irgendwo aufpassen.
The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it, east of the city.
In that case, we can take the east gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Emma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Und noch was, bevor man die Kapitel immer wechselt, ins nächste geht, sollte man alle extra Aufgaben machen. Oh, wieso kann man halt nicht festgestellt werden? Hier müsste die Mecha-Kontrollsteuerung sein, wenn ich einen habe. Oder hätte. Aber ich habe im Moment nicht meine ID. Und ich sehe nichts. Meine Brille ist schmutzig. Ja, ist besser. Habe ich wieder den Durchblick. So. Einmal die Wuschelhaare aus dem Gesicht. So, hier habe ich dann alle die Mechas drinstehen.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Das tue ich nicht.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does he know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour pro baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Denn mal to. Die Karte seht ihr nicht, ich sehe sie aber komplett. Ob sie jetzt auch gerade direkt vor der Nase stehen, das Pad ist nämlich noch geladen. Sonst wandert es einfach nur drüber ins Regal und sehe es immer noch von hier aus. Dann wollen wir mal eine Sonne setzen, wen schieben wir sie in den Arsch? Wichtig ist auch, wenn man es oben sieht, wir haben einen Tag-Nacht-Rhythmus. In der Nacht tauchen andere Monster auf als am Tag. Für bestimmte Aufgaben zum Beispiel ist das auch wichtig. So.
Oh, please. Congrats. Over here.
Ich kann hier noch verschiedene Blödsinn anstellen. So. Das ist nämlich die Kommunikation, wenn man zusammen spielt. Wir müssen dahin. Ich habe die Karte aktuell zu 0% erkundet. Ich sehe auf dem kleinen Medikarte alle Monster. Ja. Dann wollen wir mal zu Level 4 Monster. 6er, 25er. Man sieht auch die verschiedenen Farben. Von den hier den lilanen, die ich zu schaffen haben könnte. Aber der da oben, mit dem grünen, braucht gar nicht erst probieren aktuell. Ich könnte ihn vielleicht überleben, wenn ich die Steuerung richtig drin habe. Aber das wäre sinnlos. Und da, wo diese Lichtsäule herkommt, seht ihr die? Da muss ich hin. Irgendwann kümmern wir uns um diesen mittleren, den Mini. Das ist noch einer Mini. Haben wir mittlere und die Big Bands. Die Big Bands sind geil zu jagen. Aber für die Big Band Monster hat man natürlich auch noch den Mecha.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless...
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Senicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Senicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Senicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Senicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Nee, ich glaube
The
nicht.
tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some tyrants will actually register as low rank when we find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all. As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Ja, auf zum ersten mit der Probenmonster. Hauptmenü, Team, Ausrüstung. Trainieren. Hauptmenü. Team, Ausrüstung. So, erstmal gehen wir zu mir rein. Was haben wir denn? Angriff 4. So, ich will eigentlich ein anderes Messer auf jeden Fall. Angriff 14, 24. Dann habe ich Autoangriff 1,5 Sekunden 1. SP-Gewinn. Veraltet. So, Headset. Datenbrille, was haben wir denn da? Hauen wir rein. Noch leer. Das ist nachher sinnig, sobald man es irgendwie kaufen kann oder frei spielen kann, dass man sich diverse Ausrüstungsgegenstände guckt, macht und wie was wo. Also in der anderen Version, die ich gespielt habe, eine ganze Zeit, da hing ich aber dann nachher am 3. Kapitel fest. Ich habe eher zugesehen, dass ich überwiegend meine Verteidigung hochpushe. Mein Angriff hatte ich natürlich dadurch hochgepusht, dass ich einen Mecha gesteuert habe. So. Und die beiden roten weiß man sofort, das braucht man nicht. Im Grunde brauche ich hier noch nicht nachgucken. Habe ich noch nichts Gutes. Techniken. Trainingspunkte. Dann habe ich im Moment einen Seitenschlag und ich kann, wenn jemand umgeworfen... Achso. Halt, warte. Ich habe noch keine Talente. Ja. Halt, dann würde ich mal sagen. Erstmal speichern. Und dann ab in den Kampf.
Oh, they've seen us.
Engaging. Lay down some fire for me.
Assault hammer!
Extreme edge.
Flame grenade!
Lay down some cover fire. Fire carnival.
Hey!
Off balance. I'm off balance. Slinger.
We're in a good position.
Shadow
Move
strike.
in!
Upper hand.
Hit edge! Melee attacks next!
Now, flank.
Hey, here's how we get off. Concentrate your fire.
I owe you one.
I'll make sure to leave a dent!
Shadow strike.
Assault hammer!
Upper hand.
Chrome armor!
Light. Slinger. Catch me up.
Was ich nachher noch schnell auswechseln werde, merkt man jetzt gerade. Er wechselt ja automatisch die Waffe immer. Mein kleines Messerchen macht nicht so viel Schaden.
healing!
I should heal up first. Shadow Strike!
I'll...
Appreciate it.
Fire Carnival!
So, das war's.
We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try. Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See, at the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
I can't let this new strength distract
Even
me.
my cookie got better.
So, wir haben Small, Middle, Large, XL und XXL. Am geilsten sind die XXL zu jagen. Aber da hätte ich damals gern mehrere Leute gehabt. Und natürlich, dass wir dann alle auf Mechas losgehen.
It didn't have to be like this. They're off guard. Stack them for melee attack. Sliding slinger!
Chrome armor!
Wild headed down! Weaken him and lay in! Fire Carnival!
Mid edge! Reinforcement position.
Watch out!
Move in!
Wenn es orange ist, dann sollte ich orange einsetzen.
Shadow Strike! Slide nice!
Assault hammer!
Damage!
Schade.
What you lay into him?
Lila habe ich noch nicht. Wenn ich eine Kombo mache.
I don't like where this is going. I have to keep...
Gönn ich mir einfach mal.
Shadow Strike!
Fire
Sliding
Carnival!
slinger! I'm in trouble! Heal me! This is wearing me down. I'm not gonna make it. I'm sorry.
Not even a distant land, we're stuck on a whole different planet. No peace looking at the sky, trouble's always all around, so we stay quick with the guns and cannons. Standing as long as you can until we get all the doors up.
Bisschen frische Luft reinlassen. Ich mach mal kurz Pause und hol mir einen Kaffee. So, dann wollen wir mal weiterspielen. Kann ich mir so erinnern, dass der Controller ziemlich schnell in die Pause geht. Ja, dieses rote Ding da, was da um die Gegend fliegt, damit werde ich noch sehr viel Spaß haben. Da kann man die Zeit verstellen. Aber ich muss dann jetzt schon mal gucken fürs nächste Mal, für die nächste Möglichkeit, dass ich mir eine weitere Fähigkeit hole, die lila ist, um eine Combo hinzukriegen. Die Kombos sind nämlich hier einfach. Das braucht man. Und Matschatz. Matschig. Einfach nur genial. Ja, da eine Wand kann ich nicht rumlaufen. Springen aber.
Commander Vanden.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Nice.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me.
Bei den komischen Anzügen.
Commander.
Eine Frage, wie gehen die auf Klo?
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little miss stick in the rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Damals hätte ich mir auch gewünscht,
Enough
dass
about
ich eine
that. Where are your
japanische
manners,
Sprachausgabe
anyway?
hätte.
I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Und vor allem, dass sie bei
Commander
uns
Vanden is
nicht
Blade's
die
top officer.
Brüste blocken. Dann würde ich einen
In
weiblichen
a
Char
past
spielen,
life,
hätte
I
ich mir
was
die
chief
Brüste so
engineer on
einstellen
the
können,
White
wie ich
Whale.
will.
Same idea, basically.
Von
Someone has a
flach wie ein
problem,
Brett,
I fix
riesige
it. You
Melone.
follow? Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen, this is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division.
Bin ich eher.
Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads,
Nebenbei bin ich auch
they
etwas
escort
so wie die
VIPs
Abteilung.
around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense.
Aber die
They specialize in
Offensive hat
preemptive
die
strikes on
Mechas.
clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among
Das
other
mache ich
things,
natürlich auch
that
gerne.
is, including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done.
Irgendwie die Müllabfuhr.
Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout a